Hi guys and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. I'm Farhad. If you're new to this channel then please smash that subscribe button now. And the film that I'm going to be talking about today is the new Malayalam film. Yes, you guessed it right. It is Kannur Squad, which is starring Mammootty, and it is available in a theatre near you. Now, this marks only the third Malayalam film that I've watched in a year, in the theatre rather. And the words of Tovino Thomas has echoed in my mind, and that is something that changed something inside me, saying that Malayalam films fight every Friday for screens, for simply the talent that they have to put out. And if you have to support it, you have to watch these films in the theater. The OTT is fine, it will do its job, but if you truly want to support any Malayalam film, for that matter any other films that are there, you have to watch it in a theater. And that is something that I did with Kannur Squad. Does it live up to the expectations? Let's find out. So, coming to the story and screenplay, based on true events, Kannur Squad is essentially a story of a bunch of cops who, trace the culprits across the country following a murder that happens. So there's an investigation of murder that happens, following which the Kerala cops, the Kerala police, they travel around the country to nab the culprits. Now the story here might seem similar to the Malayalam film Kuttavam Shikshayam, or even the Tamil film Thiran. So this sort of a template is not something that is very new for the even for the Malayalam film industry. They have done that before, but the story here is absolutely riveting and compelling to the core. And the difference between Kuttavam Shikshayam and Kannur Squad is in its treatment. That film did tread a documentary type of a narrative. It was a docudrama, so to say. When I say documentary, it doesn't mean it was a documentary per se, but it was a documentary style of filmmaking where you're documenting the events of the characters. This is what I mean. But here it was a little in the commercial space, and both were impressive for me. Both worked. Kannur Squad has also worked for me. Now coming to the screenplay, which is standing at about 160 minutes, might seem long, but it is absolutely riveting. As I said, it's compelling and it makes for a wonderful watch. Now the drama here begins on a typical Malayalam film note of world building and characterization. When it comes to world building and characterization, Malayalam film industry is right at the top, consistently churning those out. Even in films which are less impressive in Malayalam, the world building and the characterization is just done superbly in such films. And Kannur Squad is not different. The setting here is the dense jungle of what seemed to be like the border of Kerala and Tamil Nadu, and where you are introduced to the protagonist and his team, who are here to nab some of the culprits. You do not know any information about the culprits that are there, but that setting that is there is tense and it adds a sense of urgency. As it turns out, they are narrating an incident to a supposed, I think it is a reporter that is there, and that 20-minute sequence at the start just sets the ball rolling for things to flow. The proceedings here are engrossing and entertaining, I would say even riveting, because the investigation, once the case, the main plot sinks in, that is when the urgency begins. Why do I say the urgency begins? Is because there's a timer of 10 days that is given, and every time there's a timer, you are invested in the drama because you know that the drama is going to unfold at a good pace because of that timer. Another layer to the screenplay is the characterization, as I said, the character dynamics. So there's a little friction in the group that is there, and that is something that was also dealt with well in the screenplay that was there. But while the first half is only about the build up that is there, the second half is just absolutely phenomenal. Probably, and I'll stick my neck out and say, probably the best second half that I have seen in terms of screenplay writing right until the very end. It includes a riveting sequence, the riveting sequence of a village where all the action transpires, and that is something that was so well executed and so tense and so intriguing in its execution that it made for a wonderful, wonderful watch. Now, also the events leading up to the final act are interesting, but along the way, you also do get a feel of the plight of the cops that are there. You do get to see the manner in which they are working, the conditions in which they are working. You don't get all the facilities everywhere. All that is nicely documented along the way, almost like an undercurrent at various junctures in the screenplay, and that is something that is very well done as well. The ending, I think it was a little bit of a fan service moment for Mammootty. It could have been done a little realistically as well, because the drama just unfolds across various parts of the city, and I think that had captured the vibe of the drama very well. But the final act was more of a, so to say, fan service, as I said, and it was slightly underwhelming. But taking nothing away from the journey, I think it was a phenomenally well written screenplay, and it put all my fears to rest that it might be another Kuttavam Shiksharam. It was not. The basic premise skeleton was the same, but otherwise it was a separate story and a true story, and it made for a compelling watch as well. Now, coming to the technical aspects, the dialogues, the music, and the direction, I felt the dialogues are conversational, but they are very short and crisp. There's no long monologue, so to say, that disrupts the flow of the drama. It is all done in very short duration, and it leads to a solid impact. The music is good, but the BGM by Sushin Sham is outstanding once again. He comes to the fore and stands tall once again. You know, the slow motion shots, whether they are the entry sequences or the slow motion action sequences, they are accompanied by some pulsating music where I was foot tapping and almost grooving to those, the notes that were there. The cinematography is outstanding as well. The action sequences, and this is the interesting part which I saw in the RDX also. Action sequences have ultra slow mos as well, and usually they do not work. But the makers here know exactly when to present them and exactly the timing of the action that is there, the time of the impact when the slow motion kicks in, and that is something that is genius. It is meticulously done here. It leads to a solid impact. I just was noticing that I couldn't quite connect with in RDX as to how these action sequences are working so well. Here I paid a little more attention to them, and it was the moment at which the slow motion sequences are done in those entire action set pieces, and that is something that was so well done. Editing is crisp and sharp right throughout. Director Robbie Verghese Raj, I think he did a fabulous job in his debut outing. He was able to create a compelling story by creating riveting moments throughout the story, and that just hit home as far as the narrative style was concerned. He was absolutely phenomenal with the world building, with the characterization, and the moments that were created, and that added to a fabulous watch. Now, coming to the performances, I felt the performances are outstanding here. I felt some of the actors like Resh Lamba or even Deepak Parambol, they did an outstanding job. Resh Lamba played Hathoda, and he was phenomenal in that little role. He was menacing, did a very good job. The team members of Mammootty, like Ronnie David, phenomenal acting. His vulnerability was put to test. Excellent acting. Aziz also accompanied him very well with his own set of vulnerabilities which were presented. Saryesh, I think he also did a fabulous job. All of them made an impact. Arjun Radhakrishnan was menacing as that, as the antagonist, and I think his entry also brought a little cheer in the crowd, and it was lovely to watch as well. He was menacing. I think this is the first time I've seen him in a negative role, and I think he did a phenomenal job. All other actors, I think even Kishore, he delivered a very dignified performance. I think he was fabulous. I think he played a cop in the Kannada film Kantara as well, and I think he did a very good job. All other actors, I hope I'm not missing names, but all other actors did a phenomenal job as well, but the film did belong to Mammootty, and Mammootty has a style of his own. You know, he's 72 and still he excels in combat sequences. He has a towering presence on screen and a very affable personality. He doesn't over emote, and whatever emotion that he presents on screen, I think that was phenomenal, and in a very you can say an affable sort of a way. There's a certain charm to his personality, and that is what makes him so likable. And I think he did a phenomenal job. I think he was very secured as an actor as well. He's shared screen space with some of the other actors, and all of them, allowed them screen time, did not hog the limelight like some of his peers may have done that. But I think it was another towering performance after the dud Christopher. I think after Christopher, I think he's done a phenomenal job here in Kannur Squad. So Kannur Squad overall is a riveting watch. It's a riveting police procedural drama with stunning performances that comes with my highest recommendation. If you watch Kannur Squad, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what did you make of the film. And all Mammootty fans, please line up. Can we get 100 comments from Mammootty fans? Please let me know in the comment section. All Mammootty fans, make your presence felt in the comment section. Mammootty OP in the chat. Also share your thoughts on the film. If you're liking this video, please smash that like button. Also subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon, share this video with your friends and family. Just any little help helps a small creator like me. Also, if you'd like to read my full review, detailed review of Kannur Squad on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, the link of which is in the description box below, do visit that as well. Also follow me in different social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Letterboxd. I am everywhere. All information of the newly released films, newly written reviews will be there on my social media accounts and on my site Popcorn Reviews with a double S. I do not make video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. I'll see you again soon with another video. Till then, take care of yourselves and thank you so much for your love and support. Cheers.